37 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and the Bucks got the victory here. He scored 32 of those 37 in the paint. You can see it here. He's now gone for 30 points on 60% shooting in all 4 games this season, the longest streak to start a year in NBA history. Here he was after the game.
There was going back to the ESPN report from earlier this month, part of it was that if you were traded, you'd prefer to go to the Knicks.
Who said that?
It was an ESPN report that.
I don't read that.
I was wondering if that is true, and if it is or it's not. Okay.
I don't remember that. Right now I'm here representing my team, and that's it. We beat the Knicks, So doesn't really matter. What matters right now, we have a game in 2 days against Golden State. Try to stay locked in and get 2 in a row. But I didn't read that article. Try to stay away from all that rumors and I don't know how you call it, speculations and trade and all this. It doesn't concern me one bit. I try to involve myself and try to help my team win games.
Well, he did that last night. They won the game then. Perk, what do you make of those comments?
Good toss.
No, I'm saying, why you just threw that paper at Malika? I'm asking, why you just this is typical Giannis. Throwing stones and hiding his hand, right? This is a history.
I think he's being facetious.
No, but I'm saying, but this is what he does, right? He'll tell the world, I didn't know nothing about Damian Lillard and what was going to happen with him. I didn't know Drew Holiday. We know you know. Okay, cool. But you just came off a great win, started the season, a signature win at that. The most dominant player in the NBA. It's the 7 assists, right? It's the 7 assists for me. Him leading the charge, being that point forward. Malika, you pointed this out before we came on the show. The spacing is working.
And it's the same sort of system that we saw Mike Budenholzer try to put in place. When you got 4 guys hitting shots, clearing the paint for Giannis, and he can get downhill, that tends to be a recipe for success.
I'm more impressed with his defense, and I think that was where they were lacking, especially against Indiana last year. There was a time where he was guarding Tyrese Halliburton, letting him get to his right hand, but him picking up the slack, blocking shots, being active, running the floor, that's what impressed me most about Giannis and taking on that lead. So I think they're in a good spot with Milwaukee. He was halfway out the door, but now after getting that signature win, I think he's more comfortable.
They're going to win regular season games. They're going to be in the top six seed in the Eastern Conference. It's just in the postseason, you're going to need more out of Miles Turner, right?
We're 3 games in, and I think there is a big difference between who's the top 1, 2, 3 in the Eastern Conference, and then who ends up 4, 5, 6. But we know the Bucks go as Giannis goes.
Right, but I got something I got to get off my chest.
Okay.
All right. Karl Anthony Towns. Hey, man, when is it going to stop? Seriously. I'm expecting better from you. I'm expecting better from you at this time right now. This is what I'm seeing right now. You got a coaching change, right? Obviously, you didn't want Tibbs because you didn't want Tibbs in Minnesota. So they bring in Mike Brown. You're still picking up those dumb, silly fouls, right? Mike Brown said it, that he's been talking to you about this, something that you should be trying to work to get better at. Those fouls come from a lack of effort and not wanting to move those puppies. I thought you could have came in camp into the season in better shape, but you didn't. You know what I mean? That's a problem. We're talking about with the East being wide open, the Knicks, they added to their bench. They're pretty much everyone's favorite to represent the Eastern Conference.
They should be.
He has to be better.
Yeah, I give a lot of credit to Kuz. He did a great defensive job, but Cat should not allow Kuz to stop him and frustrate him in that way. But let's roll. Let's see. We got some tape to roll, right?
We do. I was going to say when you.
My fault, Dan.
Oh, good. I'm trying to get to some breakdowns.
All right, we're getting to breakdowns, and let's go back to Giannis.
Giannis on the offensive end, he's getting his shooters in the right spot, getting in the position that you talked about. Anthony Edwards getting in a position where they can't double or harder to double. AJ Green shooting 59% from 3. Mikal Bridges a little bit nervous of leaving him, keeping him engaged. Giannis gives that ball fake. Now he's got Josh Hart, who's a pretty good defender, one-on-one, but he's at the free throw line. So all he needs is one move to get to the rim and be at the rim and finish with a layup or a dunk. Same scenario here. Trying to get the switch. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce Huckapatorti last name, but he's got him on a one-on-one at the ISO spot. Usually people get the Giannis wall, and on that spin back, you can double. But you got Ryan Rollins in that corner right there, who's 4 for 4 from 3. Jalen Brunson's a little reluctant to leave him, and Giannis is getting a north-south spin move, which is hard to double. The young kid has got to do a better job and go east-west, but when you get that mismatch and you got your shooters in the right position, it allows you to double Wemby with 50 dunks. This looks crazy. Wemby's got 25, SGA, 25 layups and dunks this season. Giannis has doubled them at 50 at the rim.
That's called grown man basketball, right, Perk? And then when you're talking about Karl Anthony Towns, when you're seeing that on the other side, it should make you kind of want to raise your game, right? He's taken it to the max, so let's go in the bonus. Maxey is the third player in the last 50 years with 150 or more points in his first 4 games of a season. He's joining Russell Westbrook and Michael Jordan, who did it 3 times. And Maxey is also the first player to lead all players on both teams outright in points and assists in each of his first 4 games of a season in NBA history. And take a look at this. Entering the season, Cooper Flagg had the shortest odds to win Rookie of the Year in the last 20 years, the shortest odds, Perk. Just over 1 week into the season, it's early, but the odds have flipped. VJ Edgecombe is now the slight favorite here over Flagg. So VJ, Maxey, they aren't the only ones lighting it up. Scoring, it's been off the charts this year. Last season, only 2 players averaged over 30 points a game for the season. So far this year, we have 11. NBA history, no season has had more than 6 players, when you look at the entire NBA history, averaging more at players averaging 30, excuse me. So Danny, Perk.
Good picture. I don't know where you guys got that from, but that's a good one.
Well, I want to know who you give the green light to. And since it's such a good picture, naturally, we're going to start with Perk in this segment. Perk, who are you looking at here as players who you're giving the green light to?
Well, it was a dark cloud over this organization the start of the season. And damn it, this young man, Tyrese Maxey, brought the sunlight and he brought the joy to the start of this season for this organization, averaging 37 points, 8.5 assists right now, and got life back in Philadelphia. This franchise belongs to him, right? I believe he's the fastest guard with the ball in the NBA, and right now he's looking like he's ready to drive this vehicle.
All right, so Tyrese Maxey gets the first slot. How about you? We're adding to the Mount Rushmore.
I know they're in a concerning space right now because they have so many bodies out. But this kid is playing unbelievable. With Luka and LeBron out, I have to give some love to Austin Reeves. We're going to put him up there. I don't know what his numbers are with LeBron and Luka out, but I think it's north of 40. And he had a 50 ball the other night against Sacramento. But the fact that he's elevated his game to get to the free throw line, I think he's number 2 behind SGA and getting to the free throw line and getting those attempts and making free throws, getting guys to foul him. Obviously, he can shoot from 3 well, get to the rim. Making DeAndre Ayton a factor for them, but him scoring at that high level is the only way they're going to stay in games, but I can see him continue to average 40 in the next couple games.
All right, Perk, who are we putting in here?
The Finals MVP of last year. Listen, this man played 8.5 months of elite high-level basketball last year, and he hit the ground running. He hasn't missed a game. On top of that, he's averaging 34 points. He's missing his robbing, and he's still getting it done. You're going to get everybody's best shot every single night, but guess what? He's finding a way to keep his team afloat.
And
I got
finally,
the unicorn, the alien, Victor Wembanyama. I don't know why we're going to call him Wemby for now. He's added some muscle, looking like Giannis with a jumper out there, getting a step back going, gets the free throw line, and blocking 5 shots a game. He's been unbelievable on both ends of the floor. You got to give this guy a lot of credit, not only defending, but scoring 40 points a game against some of the best backcourt defenses we've seen in Dallas.
J.K., Moody, so many of the young guys stepped up. What's how dangerous is this team when the depth steps up like that?
Very, very, very. It was like this before I got here. We always say strength in numbers. We have that. Guys are confident, smiling, happy, and playing some great basketball.
So I'm sensing a little bit of a theme here, especially on the defensive end last night. The Warriors allowed the fewest points since December 2016 when they allowed just 74 to the Jazz. So Perk, Danny, what are you seeing from Golden State?
I'm going to start with the defense, man. We got to give a lot of credit to Steph Curry and company because they're not only showing the crowd, but Steph has stepped it up a notch. Let's see if we can roll the tape. He knows for 16, 17 years, James Harden and all teams are going to try to ISO him. He ain't having it. He's studied this move before, James. You know what's going on. Let me get that, start the break, out and running. Even if James gets by him, he shows the crowd. Golden State lacks size in the paint. They lack rim protector. They know that, but they've been great at swarming the ball, doubling on the post, letting Zoo not make it, get comfortable down there. They rotate, they give it back to Zoo, making him have to react fast and make a quick move, which is not something he's comfortable doing. Now he's falling off balance. You get a 3-point contested shot by Derrick Jones Jr., and they finished the defense, which more importantly is rebounding, because that's where they struggled last year against Houston. They got to rebound the ball.
And look, they're my sleeper to win it all, and they're talking about winning championships. Back when they were winning championships a few years ago, their quarter was the third quarter. Yeah. This season, they're plus 50. Best plus minus by any team in any quarter this season. But now, Danny touched on the defensive side of things. Usually that's my side. But I want to touch on this offense. Look at this ball movement. Look at the cutting. Look at the screening. Look at the drive, the kick out, relocation by Pajemski for the wide open three, catching the trust, planting his feet, knocking down the tray ball. Here's one of my favorite right here. Because look at all this space. Stop it. Freeze it. Right there. Look at all the action on the weak side. This is action to keep the defense occupied, then all of a sudden, daddy ball right to the middle, where Jimmy Butler is one of the best post-up players or guards in the game.
In case you missed it, even with 37 points on the night, one highlight everyone's talking about is Giannis earning some frequent flyer miles on the court last night. The Greek Freak, he took 5 steps on this play. Somehow, the whistle did not...
A couple little
yeah.
grab, dribble, gather steps.
Mike Tirico was on the call, and he said it was considered legal in what they call the gather. Do you agree, Brian?
It was not.
Brian is our most frequent flyer.
Under what circumstances could that possibly have been legal?
I mean, it's an extended
Right there.
Euro
That's
step.
there's like
Maybe
2
in Greece.
travels in one.
Sometimes you have to get a 2-for-1 special. So in honor of this no call, we had to revisit some of those frequent flyer miles that have been earned on the court over the years. This is not the top of the top. This is the very bottom of the bottom. We start with our friend Carmelo Anthony. Yes, you do, because it makes me laugh. This is against the Heat in 2014. We're just doing a little Cupid shuffle.
Gather yourself, Melo.
No, that's the gather.
It's a gather with the ball at his hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I think it was the chopping of the feet that got him.
And then Corey Brewer the same year.
Wow.
Da, da, da. How many steps? You know what?
Everybody
That's
travels.
not even egregious compared to what else is on this list.
Yeah.
This is the back to the basket no calls. Dirk Nowitzki, this is a little hopscotch we're doing here. That wasn't a pivot. That was a little.
Problem is, the thing is, once you get it in that low post area, the refs are not even. Oh, here we go.
Perk, explain this one to us.
I can't.
There you go.
Explain this one to us.
I got away with it. I think that was like 9 steps.
Didn't you say you didn't want to make this list, Perk?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Bottom decisiveness. This is back in '97.
Is this Dan Marley?
Yeah, Thunder Dan can't make up his mind on where he wants to go. Just a couple extra steps. Just a few.
You gotta act like you know what you're doing. They ain't gonna call it.
We all remember this.
This was crazy. They let that go. Up
Yes, they
fake,
did.
come down, half a jump.
Travel before
wow.
and after.
You know what? We got to start looking at
Look at Blake's face.
We got to start looking at the other head coaches, right? The other team head coaches, their reaction.
Bottom awareness, not so aware. This one was actually called, but
Yeah,
we had to
it's
include it because it was so crazy.
Whoa.
It was so ridiculous.
I think Steph's reaction is the funniest.
I mean,
And then he's like,
just
what are you doing?
having a full conversation. It happens. I wonder if anyone will give us a little chuckle here in our Wednesday doubleheader. The Timberwolves and the Knicks at 7:30, and then the Spurs at the Lakers. This is next week. The Countdown Crew. Perk, we're back. We're going to tip off our coverage at 7 o'clock Eastern.
All right, number 5, we're going to start with the undefeated San Antonio Spurs. Sneaky big game tomorrow night, Heat at Spurs. That could be real big. Obviously, Victor Wembanyama is playing great. Number 4, Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm going faster than you can even run the highlights. Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell averaging over 30 points a game early going with Darius Garland out. They're going to need a little bit more offensive balance, but defensively they've turned it up. They're off to a 3-1 start. Number 3, Golden State. Impressive victory last night. The fewest points they've given up in almost a decade. 79 points to the Clippers. Great defense from Jonathan Kuminga in the early going. Number 2, and I know this is where it's going to get surprising, the Denver Nuggets. I know you may say, why are there not other teams that are undefeated up here? Because Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon look so good. And number 1, it's going to take a lot to unseat the Thunder. And I certainly can't when they're off to a 5-0 start.
That was probably the fastest windy tower of power that we have ever seen. Wow. Let's see how Brian's list compares to our panel of experts. The Week 1 power rankings. This is according to ESPN.com. Brian, They're with you at the top. Then things similar teams, except for you have the Spurs and they have the Knicks.
Did Perk put this list together? The Knicks are 2-2.
No, I didn't, Wendy. I'm actually on your side. I think I will replace
Thank you, sir.
the Nuggets and put them at number 5. I will put the Spurs at number 2.
I'm surprised there's no Philly in there.
Philly may be honorable mention, knocking on the door.
NBA on ESPN.